Hello, this is Christy Carter with Global Positive News Network, and I have the honor to present to you Samir Lakhani. He is the founder and executive director of the Eco Soap Bank at ecosoapbank.org. Samir received a CNN Heroes Award for Eco Soap Bank back in 2017 and a Unilever Young Entrepreneurs Award in 2018. He also recently gave a TEDx talk. He's also in Forbes 30 Under 30. EcoSoap Bank is a humanitarian and environmental nonprofit organization working to save, sanitize, and supply recycled hotel soap for the developing world. Lack of access to soap remains a critical factor in fighting the spread of preventable diseases worldwide. In some areas of the developing world, only 1% of the households have soap for hand washing. Eco Soap Bank seeks to address the critical need for hygiene. Working since 2014, Eco Soap Bank has sustainably supplied over 650,000 people with soap and hygiene education. Welcome, Samir. We are so pleased to have you here on Global Positive News Network.
It is my absolute pleasure, and thank you for that introduction and reading through our mission statement. I couldn't have said it any better.
Well, you said it somewhere and I read it, so it all starts with you. So Samir, why did you start this nonprofit organization in the first place?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Just to reiterate, our nonprofit does something very simple, but we believe it does something very powerful. And to reiterate what you said, we employ women around the world in 10 countries to recycle leftover soap. Soap waste from hotels and factories, which we recycle into brand new bars of soap and then give it away to children in schools, orphanages, and health clinics across 10 countries. And just to add an updated statistic, in the last 5 years, I think I'm getting old, we have supplied 2.25 million people with soap and education, teaching people how to use soap and keep themselves safe and healthy. Even important now during COVID-19, isn't it?
It's like point right on right now. I mean, and I love your video on your website because you really educate me, your audience, and also people on how to properly wash your hands, which we totally need right now. My gosh, I mean, it's incredible. And it was so cute. I think you were in a village in, was it Cambodia?
Yeah.
And you were teaching the kids how to wash their hands, and they were looking at their hands. It was like something they just discovered. It's so adorable.
I want to tell you a story about hand washing and how it's approached abroad, at least before the pandemic. I was traveling in Cambodia 6 years ago, and I was in a northern Cambodian village. People can learn about this story in more detail on our site. But while I was in this village, I saw something I would never forget, ever. I saw a village woman bathing her newborn child, but she was using laundry detergent, toxic powder. And I remember the child was crying, and immediately I wanted to talk to her. And so with the help of a friend, a Cambodian friend I was with, I was able to ask her, why don't you use bar soap? Something in the West we would use and take for granted. And she said, bar soap was a luxury. She could not afford a 50-cent bar of soap.
Wow.
And then I asked her the question, do you think that laundry detergent will prevent you from diseases like pneumonia, diarrhea, and COVID-19, I guess now? Detergent will not do that. But she told me something interesting. She said that if her son fell sick, it was probably because of sins her son had committed in a past life. So immediately in that moment, I immediately realized we need to provide soap and we need to provide education. And in a nutshell, that's what we've been doing for the last 5 years now.
Bless your heart. That's
Thank you.
awesome. It's such a simple thing. And I love the idea of you're recycling hotel soap.
Yes, wasted soap. I will ask you a
Wow.
question. How many bars of soap per day are thrown away by hotels?
Right. Right. I mean, that's like millions, I would think.
5 million bars of soap per day. Obviously, now with COVID-19, it looks different. However, the volume is certainly up there, but there's
Mm-hmm.
something else that should be referenced.
Mm-hmm.
Soap factories and manufacturers, they also waste a lot of soap.
Hmm.
Either it's expired or off spec,
Ah,
or they just couldn't find anyone to buy it. And
right.
we estimate there are billions of bars of soap needlessly thrown away by factories. We intend to collect it and recycle it.
That is incredible. I mean, you're just shining a spotlight on this, and your motto was turning trash into treasure,
That's right.
and that's
That's
exactly
right.
what it is. It's just this is saving lives.
It's a life-saving treasure. And here's the kicker. There's two things. Number one, we get to employ women with no other source of reliable income to
Mm-hmm.
make the soap.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, we get to provide soap at such an important acute moment in history,
Mm-hmm.
such as the coronavirus pandemic. I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
In Sierra Leone, where we work, there are 8 million people, but there's only one ventilator in that country.
Whoa.
But there's hope in soap. If we provide enough soap and we double down on physical distancing, we
Mm-hmm.
can save lives. And for much of Africa, this is the only
Yes.
available option right now.
Yes. That is amazing. Yeah, I want to let our audience know that Sierra Leone is on I think it's on the west side of Africa,
That's right.
correct?
It's in West Africa. That's
West
right.
Africa. It's a tiny little country. Not many people have heard about it.
No, not many people have heard about it or visited even,
Yeah.
but there are some amazing people and leaders in that country, and we're fortunate to employ a large number of women in that country too.
That is fantastic. I love it. And I also like, you just did a little tag phrase there, hope in soap.
Yeah,
You better get that domain. Go Daddy, here you come, right?
there we go, right?
So, Samir, what do you wish to accomplish in the big scheme of things?
Yeah, that's a good. I always, by the way, this is some of the most rewarding work imaginable.
Sure.
Through a single activity, through a single project, we get to benefit the environment, we can provide jobs for women, and we get to provide millions of people, mostly children, with soap and healthcare. So it's incredibly rewarding. But I always operate from one single source of truth, or one motivation, I should say. And it's
Mm-hmm.
as simple as this. Children should not suffer, especially when soap is thrown away every single day. And so the ultimate goal and dream is to publicize this work to as many hotels and factories as humanly possible
Mm-hmm.
through avenues and channels like yours that you've created here to say, we are here to recycle your soap. Please
Yes.
reach out and work with us.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. So you've partnered with several different hotel chains, I would imagine, right? Like
That's
the
right.
Sofitel and what other ones?
Hilton, Marriott,
Okay.
Four Seasons, etc. So yes,
Perfect.
many of the large brands we have had the pleasure of working with.
Okay, very, very good. And also, while I was watching your video, you actually take that soap and you recycle the soap. You sanitize it. Now, I need a little education here.
Sure.
Why do you sanitize soap? Isn't it already sanitized?
Yeah, no, of course. To ensure the safety of the product and
Okay.
consumer satisfaction. So this is the process. So a bar of soap either comes in from a hotel or a factory,
Mm-hmm.
and what we do is we physically clean the entire bar, so no part of the bar has ever been exposed to air or another human being before. Then we sterilize the soap using a solution to disinfect the soap entirely. And then through heat application and a simple soap press, our women will basically transform old bars into brand new bars of soap. And I have one here. This is a
Awesome.
recycled bar of soap. perfectly usable. In fact, there has been 2,000 pounds of pressure put on this bar, so
Wow.
it will last you a long, long time.
My
And the
God.
last thing I'll say is, looking at every single bar of soap, if you look, there can be a constellation that you see, like stars, and that's
Oh.
because many different types of soap end up in this product, and so it has been a global exercise, if you will.
Wow, that is awesome. I absolutely love it. Jeez, that's so
I'll
wonderful.
send you a bar of soap, Christy.
Oh, I would love it.
There you
Absolutely. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to put it on the wall or something. It'll be a plaque. It'll be a
go.
soap
A
plaque.
frame? No, please use it. I'll send you another. Don't worry.
Thank you. So, Samir, what did you do in the last 6 months in your community that made a major impact?
Yeah. So I will be honest. When this pandemic started, we're all interpreting this life-changing event differently and together at the same time. It's really an interesting phenomenon. When the pandemic first hit,
Mm-hmm.
our team was full of adrenaline. We needed to do something, and we needed to do something now. And I'm very proud to tell you, we have mobilized over 100 metric tons of soap waste in the last 4 months,
Wow.
and we have recycled we employ 154 women. They have all stayed on payroll, of course. But we have recycled 1.7 million bars of soap, which we have distributed in 13 countries around the world. That has been our impact. But I'll tell you something. When we hear the figure 1.7 million bars, it's hard to visualize.
Yeah,
But I'd like to break
exactly.
it down this way.
Okay.
1.7 million bars is about 24 elephants worth
Oh
of.
my gosh. That's now African or Indian elephants.
Oh, good
There's
question.
a difference.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'll go with the
Uh,
African. They're bigger, right?
we were so whichever one is 4 metric tons each. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Oh, I love the elephant idea because I love elephants. So, I mean, who doesn't? That's great.
So African elephant ears look like the continent, right? Is that how you
Oh,
distinguish?
that's interesting. That's good. Sure, that makes sense.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's
An
fabulous.
easy way to tell the difference, I think. Yeah.
That is so fun. Oh my gosh. So, what things do you have coming in the near future?
Yeah, so soap is not a one-time product. It gets used up. And so we have created a system where we continually recycle soap and provide it to people in need.
Mhm.
Teaching people how to fish rather than giving fish is also important.
Yes,
So hygiene education,
yes,
particularly for children,
yeah.
is an important core component of our work. In the next few months, if I may, Christy, we have a fundraiser currently available on our Facebook page.
Oh,
Every dollar
mhm.
is matched dollar for dollar
Mhm.
by a charitable foundation, and we would like to redistribute more than 3 million bars in the next few weeks.
Fabulous. That's a major mission. You must have a lot of people who are coming together to help with this mission.
That's right. We have
Yeah.
154 women who recycle the soap and also distribute it to people in need.
Oh
We
my
also have a team here in the US. But to your point, I mean, you're running an amazing platform here. We don't do this alone, do we?
No, we don't. We have lots of people to help us, and I couldn't do it alone. That's for sure. You know, it takes a village.
It takes a village, and especially during these times where everything is so heightened and there's a lot of anxiety,
Yes.
we need people to think together as one and creatively. And that's what we've done, if I may. Mobilizing 100 metric tons in only 4 months
Oh my
is
goodness.
that's a significant volume. And we're just really proud that that soap did not end up in landfills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's doing so much good now. It's incredible. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Thank
Jeez.
you.
So, Samir, what positive news do you have for our viewers today?
Yeah, my central thesis is that there's hope in soap.
Mm-hmm.
that the world and news may appear daunting, and we are here partly to reverse that, to show you that good work has been done and has been done quickly
Yes.
for people who need it.
Yes.
I'll just share with you one example. In Cambodia, there are about 16 million people living in this country, but there are only 3 hospitals serving that population. So if you get sick, you don't have very many options. However, that does not mean we are hopeless, and we
Mm-hmm.
should never give up on people in
Correct.
need, whether it's in
Right.
this country or in countries abroad. If
Right.
we act quickly and if we act together, we can save lives. And that's what I want to get across to people. We
Yeah.
can save lives affordably. Listen, purchasing a ventilator may sound very expensive, but
Mm.
distributing 10 bars of soap is
Yeah.
cost effective.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect reuse. It's just
Correct.
wonderful. I love it. Wow. Well, I want to urge our audience to go to your website at ecosoapbank.org and take a look around.
Sure.
Learn how to get involved, donate to those living on marginal means. Samir, thank you so much for being here on Global Positive News Network. And I just commend you so much for all the work that you do and for a bright future for the soap. There is hope with soap.
Thank you for what you do every day. We look to you for a bright light. Please keep it up, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Samir. All right. Well, take care, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.